Kevin Wassbauer, and I am the founder and owner of Shearwater Sailing in Monterey, California. We are on a FAR 53 that was built in New Zealand called Atalanta. This boat was built in 1989 and it was built to be a high latitude voyaging yacht and wound up on the West Coast about 20 years ago. And I bought the boat 2 years ago with the intention of starting a sailing charter business doing both local and offshore sailing charter. COVID happened and I was staring down the barrel at 50 and thinking like, okay, I can reinvent myself a couple more times, and what should I do? What do I really love doing? And it was obvious to me. I just love to be out on the water and be out sailing and teaching people and having a great time. The hard part was just finding a boat. Boats like this are not too common on the West Coast, and it just so happened that this boat sort of found me. It was really fortuitous, so I felt really lucky to find it, and yeah, bought the boat and spent a year refitting the boat, and it was ready to be pressed into service. As you can hear, we're in Monterey, and we have a lot of California sea lions on the jetty right next to us. I do a lot of trips out on the bay for 2 hours or a half day, taking people, sometimes people who are complete novices, out sailing, and we have a great time and get to see the Monterey area from the water, which is always special for folks that haven't done that before. I also mix that up with some offshore charters, some coastal trips, done some trips to San Francisco and down to Santa Barbara from here. We have larger trips planned in the future. Eventually, I'm hoping next year to be able to do a trip down to Mexico and eventually to do a passage over to Hawaii. Monterey Bay is a really interesting place to sail. It is an open roadstead, so we get a lot of the big Pacific swell in here like you would not get normally in San Francisco Bay. But we also have a lot of really beautiful sailing days here, a lot of sunny days, and there's a lot of wildlife on the bay. Just about every trip we take, we see whales out there and dolphins, and there's a place in the middle of Monterey Bay that's super deep. It's about 10,000 feet deep, and when you go over that, you see all kinds of pelagic species and wildlife that you normally wouldn't see that close to shore. So it's a really unique place to sail. Kelp forests are really attractive for divers, so a lot of people come here to dive. But yeah, it's just a beautiful kind of natural amphitheater, and it's a gorgeous place to sail. If you're interested in learning about the offerings that we have, you can check us out at shearwatersailing.net. I'm also on Instagram. Feel free to give us a follow, and look forward to meeting everybody out there in the future.